Today we're going to count down the best rides at WhiteWater World. So starting off our video with a wave pool, we have got Cave of Waves, and whilst you'll not be bobbing up and down to those waves within a cave, you'll be bobbing up and down to those waves from a cave. If you choose to take on this adventure, and I would like to add that you will have the opportunity to board a raft so you can bob up and down to those waves within a dinghy, which is pretty cool, and then decided whether you want to go closer to the caves or further away. Of course, the closer you are, the bigger the waves will be, and the further away you'll get the smaller waves, among some pretty awesome water effects. Just like I mentioned earlier, you'll be able to bob up and down as much as you want. Even so, if the wave pool was not enough water side for you, but you did enjoy the idea of being able to dip in whenever you want, then look no further than our next attraction, Pipeline Plunge. Because with this being a water play area, it means multiple things. 1. You'll be able to race down a variety of slides, from racer slides to tubular slides to open slides to more than you can even imagine without a single queue. So like the wave pool, you can go round again and again and again. But with this being a water play area, just like the one at your local park, you will have so much more than just the slides, but also many water activities, including that bucket up there, yeah, the giant one that will tip over, getting you all absolutely drenched. Moving on though now to the normal sides, we have got the Temple of Huey, and even though I couldn't find many POVs, these are in fact 3 sides. One of them being themed towards the ocean and all the water alongside it, the other one, which you can see right now, being themed towards 2 heads bashing into one another. I don't really understand it. And the final one being themed towards a snake. You cannot have a water park without one, especially in Australia, but it is totally hysterical. All of which though provide the same sort of twists and turns, open air sections, closed sections, and all of that, amongst some of the best views across the surrounding theme park of Dreamworld. And if you're like me, who loves the sides as much as the rides, then being able to see all those rides is pretty awesome. Now seriously guys, I couldn't imagine a single person does not enjoy the idea of racing down a variety of sides and experiencing all that fun over on Pipeline Plunge. The only thing is though, is that some people, like myself sometimes, feel a bit odd going into a children's play area, and that is when our next attraction, Fully 6, comes in, because believe it or not, you will get the choice out of not 1, not 2, not 3, 4, 5, but 6 slides, all of which are once again totally different, but definitely amazing. And what I love so much about this Thrill Seeker water play area is that whilst you'll not be having a giant bucket, you'll be able to experience all these slides as if they were normal slides. Basically meaning that they are not shrunken down to fit in this area, but in fact stays the same size. Who here has ever wondered what it must feel like to go in a toilet bowl? Oh, is that just me? Well anyway, if you are like me and wonder what it must feel like, well then look no further than our next attraction, the Little Rippers. Because on this adventure right here, there are 2 toilet bowls, which is awesome because otherwise you'll be waiting a while, with you simply going on a singular dinghy, racing through many twists and turns, building up some crazy speeds, before then shooting out the end, spinning around and around and around, before then coming out the middle. And here is where it's good that you're on a singular dinghy, sometimes even backwards. So yeah, whilst I normally prefer the 2-person raft to be able to share those reactions with the person in front or behind you, with there being 1, there is so much more chance that you will be dropping down the back backwards. But what about if you can experience all that fun but also share the reactions too? Well, let me give you the Rip, which is a behemoth bowl slide. And what that basically means is that you'll be able to experience all of that fun from the twisty turny tube to the giant drop into the giant toilet bowl. This time though, the toilet bowl is much more giant, and of course spinning around before then dropping out the end. Through the water, in fact, getting someone very wet, but as you can also see right now, you'll be able to experience all of this fun in a 4-person raft. And trust me when I say, being able to share those reactions, good, great, and possibly bad if you're going down backwards, is such an awesome experience. Although let's say for example that you're not looking to share those reactions with all of your friends, but in fact turn those friends into enemies, frenemies, well then bro, let me give you the bro, which is the park's giant racer slide. Still up for the challenge though? Well then grab that mat, because on this adventure right here, you will be not just racing 7 other people, yeah, that's more than one hand amount of people, down a series of twists and turns and awesome bumps at the end to find out if you are a champion or not. But you'll be doing everything start to finish on your front on a mat, so no lifeguard can tell you off this time when you race down those tubes and the open air going down forwards. And for that alone, I think it's worthy of this position. Who here loves those giant funnel sections? Well, of course you do. But the thing is about those slides is that sometimes they have those giant funnel sections that you will rock back and forth down. They can be pretty short. So an alternative option is our next attraction, Triple Vortex, where if you couldn't have guessed by the name, you can go down not 1 vortex, not 2, but 3. Sounds awesome, right? And it most definitely is, because amongst being able to experience the fun of rocking back and forth, making the slide so much more unique, sometimes, even if you're on a 2-person dinghy, you can go down backwards. And whilst on the bigger versions of those slides, going down backwards is not a big deal, with you having like, I don't know, 10 seconds of going down backwards before you hit the water. On this one, if you begin going down backwards on the first vortex, well, you have a long way to the bottom. So the question is, do you prefer a triple vortex, or would you rather stick with a normal one, like our next attraction, the Green Room? Because whilst this is most definitely short, it also takes the same short but sweet to a whole new level, with once you've boarded a 4-person raft, and the thing is this time, there'll be plenty more screams, so if you do scream your lungs out the entire way down, well, it may be better on the triple vortex, where you can't see anyone else. You will begin by racing through a tube, before just like the toilet bowl side, dropping down, but instead of going around like a toilet bowl, it'll be more like a bathtub, with you rocking back and forth, sharing those reactions once again, before then coming out of the end. Now for anyone who does not know, WhiteWater World is DreamWorld's water park, and so whilst you can not have coasters and slides, what about a coaster slide? This is hydrocoaster, and as the name suggests, you'll be getting the best parts of the rides and the slides. So when beginning this adventure, you'll be boarding a coaster sort of raft, with there being like 3 staggered backwards, before then experiencing a wide variety of water slide elements, from drops to twists and turns to the final plummet into the water, but also coaster ones too. And what could they be? Oh yes, after the giant drops, you will go uphill and sometimes even over airtime hills. Thank you all for watching, bye bye.